We're always hearing these successful stories of those that went from zero to hero. Those that hit rock bottom and then climb the highest of mountains in spite of their failures. Well, here's the thing. Today is no different. Let's talk about how this goofball went from a college dropout to a professional video game developer. Growing up, I always loved video games, so I took it upon myself to start trying to create game ideas. I didn't know how to code at the time, but my brother and I used to make video game ideas, and we would do this literally just for fun. I never knew that this would be something that I actually pursue as a career, but I mean, here we are today, right? So entering school, I feel like it was a big turning point for me. This was at a point in my life where I felt very trapped and I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life or anything of that nature. After literally 4 months of doing school, I had left because it wasn't for me and I wanted to do something different with my life. So with that being said, I dropped out and I just started to create my own 5-year plan. So this 5-year plan was an opportunity for me to do exactly what I do as a hobby and bring that into my career and make that my financial income. I gave myself 5 years to try this whole game development and YouTube thing for real. And if after 5 years it didn't work out, then I would know that I did my best, I tried, and I can go on to do something else, go back to college or do something that would just be a steady income. And I can know for myself that this is something that it's just not my path. With giving myself 5 years, this isn't a way for me to just procrastinate for 4 years, live as a bum, try for one and call it a day. I wanted to try this as soon as I dropped out of college to just fully pursue these careers and make it a financial success for me. In doing this was something that took a lot of energy and effort, but for me, I thought because the cost for me right now is very low, I just dropped out of college, so I don't need to have a fully stable job where I'm making, 80, 90 grand a year. So I was able to take risks that maybe I wouldn't have been able to if I was supporting a family or, had a house, a mortgage to deal with. So I just started taking risks and putting my money in places that maybe I never would have tried to. So for things like marketing or even things like going into stocks, I tried a lot of things at first to just get myself a stable income, and nothing really worked for a long time. But when it really started to shift was in me starting my YouTube channel and really adapting a new style of content that was different, breaking the mold and paying attention to not only how can I make videos, but how can I get good at what I'm doing? How can I get good at my hobbies? So I really just buckled down. I focused on, improving my pixel art, being a better game developer, and making better YouTube content. I started reaching out to people, even though it's a little bit vulnerable. I think that collaborating with other creators or other game developers is just a huge reason and stepping stone in how I got to where I am today. So honestly, just keeping myself vulnerable and, not allowing me to feel obsessed with success. I think failure is a huge part of our journeys, and we need to be able to understand that we have to learn from our failures and do better next time. Now we're at a point where I started to think, how can I make a game idea that's going to catch a broad audience while still being able to find that niche within this community and really make something happen for me. I think I had about 400 subscribers at the time of creating Monster Tribe, and I released that first video and I think it got about 20 to 25,000 views. And so for me, that channel was, super small. I think the most amount of views I got on a video was something like 2,000 views. So getting that 2,000 to, 10x that over one video was amazing. And that was the point where I said, you know what? All right, this is enough steam where I can do something off of this. I can make an opportunity out of this, and I'll see it through. And I spent a year developing that game. I'm still developing this game to this day. If you guys are following the YouTube channel, I'm sure you know what Monster Tribe is. That was kind of like my first little big break, is just getting something that caught the attention of other developers and gamers. Now, with that being said, I just want to say this isn't just some kind of luck-based scheme A lot of things go into getting, cheating the algorithm here on YouTube or getting a video that blows up a little bit or whatever it is. But at that time, I didn't really have that knowledge. But I'm just trying to say that, there were a few different games that I experimented with before I tried something like Monster Tribe. And so even if Monster Tribe first devlog came out, if it flopped, there would probably be something else. I would try again and again and again and learn from those failures. So try not to think of this as just a success story of, you got lucky, you got that big break, and now you're making a game that's quite decently successful. Sometimes you experiment and sometimes it does work, but you have to actually be there. You have to be present in that moment to get those opportunities in the first place. Never expect opportunities to fall in your lap. You need to work hard and get to a place with your talents where you can be spotted and have a vision people will wholeheartedly believe in and want to be a part of. So now we get into the Kickstarter. So this was a very, very recent experience for me. So this is something I'm still learning from, but we just finished the Monster Tribe Kickstarter, which ended at almost 20,000 Canadian dollars. This was a huge thing in my career to establish me that, hey, I can make money from this. I can live off of making video games. But again, this is not my only revenue stream. I think that if you're going to try to become a developer, you have to be able to manage yourself and kind of break into other avenues of making money. And so for me, like the biggest revenue stream that I have currently is actually sponsorships. You get paid from YouTube, you get paid from sponsors, you get paid from freelance work that I do from time to time, the Kickstarter. And with all of these things compiling together, I'm able to afford to live and be free. And if I want, travel, take a month off, do whatever I want to do, but you have to be able to get to a point where this is something that is feasible and you have incomes that are steady. It's going to take a long time, don't get me wrong, but I've been making games for 4 years before seeing any kind of financial credibility to my name. But there's also a lot of things that I learned from those failures. So I can't just count all of that past as, one big lump of this was me before and this is me now. I think that people have to see this a little bit more as like a journey rather than a one-off big break. By no means is this my big break. $20,000 might sound like a lot of money to some people, but after taxes, paying out my other team members, and having a budget for finishing the game, it gets eaten up pretty quickly. I'm always looking for new and exciting opportunities, which I will continue to do for the decades that follow. I'm extremely fortunate to be where I am today, but this is just the start of a long and chaotic journey filled with lots of highs and lows. If you guys missed the last video, we talked about the first ever Boundless Game Jam. The link to the jam is live and ready to go, so if you're looking to get into game development for the first time or prove your skills as a veteran, make sure to join us on itch.io. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, but if you are looking to propel your journeys faster and easier, I'm happy to announce today's video sponsor, Xola. Xola is a cool, innovative company that helps game developers gain more revenue, grow larger communities, and collaborate with others in the industry. For starters, Xola can help you with building your game's very own website, creating in-game stores, a game launcher for efficient updating, and their very own partner network. The Xola Partner Network is a creative way for developers to reach larger audiences by teaming up with influencers. To grasp the idea in a simple way, games will be able to go up on the partner network with a revenue share opportunity. This is completely made by you, but when your game goes live on the platform, content creators, streamers, and other influencers will be able to get a copy of your game, play for their own audiences to raise awareness for the game, and rack in the sales. What's the catch? Well, influencers will receive that split of revenue you published your game under, so it's kind of a win-win situation. They're going to get money for promoting your game, and you're going to make money if you get sales. I personally used this platform when I first started developing games as a hobbyist, and I met with a few of the company's representatives. They were super easy to work with and made me feel comfortable working at my own pace. I never felt pressured to take part in tools I wasn't comfortable using, so don't worry about getting set up for extra fees that you never signed up for. I only like to work with companies that I feel will really help you guys out, so if Xola sounds like something that you would benefit from, check them out in the description below. Not sure if you guys noticed, but I may have increased my camera skills halfway through the video. I decided it was time to upgrade my lighting techniques, and I also bought a new camera, so you probably will be seeing some better content in the future. Whoa, hold on a sec. Yes, guys, I realize now I'm looking back at the footage, and yeah, it looks like ass, and that's because I blurred all of the footage by accident. So yeah, I guess stay tuned until the next video when I actually have proper quality. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.